Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time you're doing this practice. Welcome back onto the mat. I am so blessed to be able to introduce this new class. As I've been getting stronger through physical therapy, I've been really integrating strength building in not just my shoulder muscles, but also my core. So I really wanted to integrate a cardio slash core class every week for you guys. So to introduce that on this mat tonight, we're going to focus on stabilizing the core strength. We're going to start to warm up the spinal movements as well as your side and front core, soft heat. So just remember to take those nourishing deep breaths today. So let's go ahead and start this practice here with some grounding work. I'm going to have you bring your hands onto your knees in a comfortable seated position. Begin to lengthen through the crown of your head. And let's close your eyes. Begin to quiet your mind. Settle down into your body. As your mind and body settles in, bring the hands into prayer. Just bow your head, setting an intention for tonight's practice. An intention could be a reason for you to come back onto this mat that guides you throughout your mind, your spirit, your physical practice on this mat tonight. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and lift your head up. And we're going to start tonight's or today's practice on hands and knees. So I'm going to invite you to transition on your mat. I am going to position myself sideways so you can see all facets of the transitions I'll be doing. So I'm placing my hands underneath my shoulders. My knees are going to be underneath my hip joints. There you go, beautiful. And from here, just begin to warm up your body, allowing yourself to lift the tailbone up, opening your heart space forward, letting it feel good. And then gently on your exhale, start to curl that tailbone in, soften the chin down to your chest. And then inhale, go ahead and lift the heart space, open your eyes. Exhale, close your eyes and surrender as you round your back. Let's do that one together. Inhale, open your heart space forward, feel the compression into the low back. On your exhale, draw the belly in, start to round into your back. You're going to close your eyes, repeating this motion at your own breath to observe where you are in your body. Start to come back for your neutral tabletop flat back, and you're just going to press the heels down towards, hips down towards the heels. guiding the forehead between your upper arms. Just come back to those deep, nourishing breaths here. Start to elongate through the low back, walking your fingertips slightly forward, keeping the hips towards your heels. Go ahead and take another 3 breaths. And let's go ahead and lift the hips back up. I'm going to round your back and just go ahead and shift your shoulders over the wrists. Let the hips move in front of your knees. Tuck into your toes and exhale. Press the hips down towards your heels. We're going to connect that into your breath. Ready? Inhale, round your back, shift forward. And then exhale, press back. Good. Let's do that a few more times. You're going to inhale, roll forward, hold, exhale. Feel yourself really energizing your body weight back. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. A few breaths. Feel that subtle heat. And let's begin. We're going to inhale, round into your back. Let the hips shift forward. You're just going to bend your knees and bend your elbows. And you're going to press and glide back. And then you're going to inhale, round into your spine. Shift forward. Exhale, bend your elbows close to your chest. Come down halfway and then press and roll back. On your inhale, you're rounding your back, shifting your body weight forward. And then exhale, come down halfway, and then push back. Beautiful. Hold it here. We're going to do this for about a minute together. You're going to move at your own pace. Ready? We're going to inhale, round your back, shift forward. Exhale, move down and press back. Go ahead and move this into your own pace, connecting that breath to guide you. In the moment that you start to lose your breath during this practice, remember, let the breath go deep. Let your body be guided by the breath so your breath doesn't control your body, you control it. You can move as slow and fast as you like, as long as you can maintain the rhythm of your breath, the calmness of your heart, but still challenging your physical body. Begin to settle back, dropping your heads back down to your heels, toes still tucked in. Feel that soft heat once again rise. Feel the heart rate slowly generate and pump and heighten. Ooh. Back to your breath. Control the rhythm of your heart. Then gently lift your head up. Keep the hips down onto your heels. We're going to reverse that movement. This time we're going to move slow first. Let the elbows slightly bend. My elbows are slightly off the mat. I'm going to slither. Notice how my back is arched. Slither my way through and then push up, rounding my back. I'm going to press my way back to the heel. I'm using my inhale to slither and glide forward, elbows off the mat. Exhale, push up and fall back. Let's do that once more. We're going to slowly inhale, glide forward. Exhale, push up and press back. We're going to do this for about a minute. So really, whenever you're ready, take the inhale, shift forward, exhale, push up and back. You can move this slow so you can control the rhythm of your breath. If you have the rhythm of your breath and you're comfortable to glide faster, listen to your own body. Continue to breathe and move to that breath. Doing so good so far. Take a few more sets here. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and tuck your toes. Slow down your heart rate back to the child's pose, but this time, fly your hands to your feet. Turn your head over to the left. And just come back to those slow, calm, deep breaths. And turn your head over to the right. And then walk your hands forward. Slowly come back. Transition onto your hands and knees. So you can feel that heat just coming in so softly, so nicely, but still being able to take those mini breaks to really reconnect with your own breath here, slowing that down heart rate time and time again. So we're going to continue that rhythm and pace throughout this practice. So we're going to start to guide you down onto the forearms, start to activate into the core. So look how my elbows are slightly forward to my shoulders. I'm going to shift my shoulders over my elbows. My hands right now are at shoulder width. Now at this point, I want to guide my knees just ever so slightly back. The further you shift the knees behind your hips, the more you're going to feel that core start to engage. Now hold it there wherever you are. Make sure you're not dumping into your low back. Keep pressing through the forms. Let the upper back lift. Look down between your forearms, your hands. And we're just going to take a few breaths here. We're going to revisit this twice, one modified, one full. So just practice on engaging your core here, managing your breath. Beautiful. Go ahead and just drop the belly and tuck your toes. We're coming into that Sphinx pose. Slight compression to the low back. Lift your gaze up and just close your eyes. Surrender to your breath. Beautiful. All right, let's open your eyes here. At this time, let's just warm up into the spine. So I'm just gonna ask you to open those hands wider than your mat, elbows lifted up like mine. And at this point, we're just gonna move into that middle low back. As you take a breath in, feel yourself rolling one vertebrae at a time up, lifting your upper chest, upper belly up, yep. And then exhale, slow, lower the body down. We're gonna repeat this a few more times. So on your inhale, you're pressing through your fingertips, lifting the upper body up slightly. And then exhale, start to reverse. Continue to take this movement on your breath in. Roll and rise up. Your hip bone still remains on the mat. Exhale, release down. 2 more times. Just warming up your lower back here. Inhale. Then exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Allow your big toes to roll in, heels to roll out. And just extend the arms back. Turn your head over to the left. And turn your head over to the right to balance. Let's go ahead and bring the chin back to center. I'm going to walk the legs side by side. Let the palms come down towards the mat. So oftentimes we think of core work through the side core or the front core. But we do have a lot of back muscles in the lower back that support spinal twists, spinal movements, also supporting our core work. So we're going to strengthen that for a moment. So I want you to just lift your head up, lift the legs up. Now imagine your hands don't move. All you're going to do is feel yourself lifting the upper body higher. Feel the compression into the low back. Lift the legs higher. And as you can spread the toes, really energizing out through your toes, extending forward through the heart space. Hold it here, and then you're just gonna lift the arms up. Now imagine someone is pulling both your hands, lifting your chest higher on that breath in. And exhale, just remain where you are. You might dip a little, but that's okay. Ready, we're gonna inhale, lift, hold, exhale. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift, hold, exhale. Take another breath in. Inhale, lift a little higher. Hold, exhale, release. Turn your head back over to the left. Catch your breath. Close your eyes. the heart rate continue to pump. And then bring your chin back onto the mat. Let's do that one more time. Ready? Legs together. This time, try to keep both your two legs as one. They don't separate, they continue to glide up. You're gonna lift the upper chest up, lift the legs up, spread those yogi toes. Continue to squeeze your inner thighs together. You've got this. Arms up, energize, take the breath in, lift a little higher, squeeze your inner thighs. 3, 2, 1, dip a little. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift, hold it here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, dip slightly. One more time. Inhale, lift as high as you can. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1. Woo. Lower down, turning your head over to the right. Catch your breath. Remember how good it feels to just relax and do nothing. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and bring the chin back. From here, we're going to connect. Flip the palms down one more time. Just one inhale to lift everything back up. And all you're going to do is circle the hands, 4 palms facing in. Bend the elbows close to your waist. Lower your palms next to your chest, elbows hugging into your body. As the tops of your feet lower down, rise up into your cobra. Hold it here. For 3, 2, 1. There you go. Let's lower it back down. Whew. Walk the elbows forward underneath your shoulders. Return back to the place of our Sphinx pose. Hands at shoulder width apart. Pelvic bone on the mat. And just breathe. The cardio portion of this class is integrated with activating the core. It's not so much of a power yoga, power vinyasa class. It's just a very subtle key by really integrating core work that you're going to feel that heart rate pumping. All right. That's going to keep the forearms and the palms on the floor. Tuck your toes in. Notice how your knees already fall behind your hips right away, right? I just want you to return back to that forearm knee plank and just pop the hips up. Yep, there you go. Make sure those elbows are underneath the shoulders. And let's come into version 2. So if this is enough for your body, remain here. Option 2, you're going to lift your knees up. And anytime, you can always drop the knees down for the very reason that we're going to hang out here for about a minute. So let's see how we do. Ready? Prep your mind, prep your body, and then inhale, lift your knees up. Make sure that hips are not piking up. Make sure that hips are dropping down, body parallel to the floor. And let's take it into our breath. I don't have a timer, so I want us to count at least 7 breaths right now. Slow, deep breaths. If you're shaking and can manage, you can stay where you are. If you need to come back down to your knees, listen to your body, honor that body. A few more breaths here. You've got this. Beautiful. Really begin to lower the knees down. Catch your breath. And then slowly walk your way back. And let's meet once again our child's pose. Take a moment here. We're going to come back onto your hands and knees, transitioning back where we were, which is your forearms. So we're doing some of our core work today on our hands and knees, forearm space. So you want to make sure your wrists, your hands, elbows are all at shoulder width. Those shoulders are stacked right above your elbows. Your knees are behind your hips. And from here, we're not going to lift your knees. We're just going to take a look to see what it's like on your knees. Now we have all 4 touch points. Our forearms, knees are all on the mat. Now notice what happens when you just lift the left leg up. And you're just going to breathe here. This is enough activation for you to reawaken that core. You can still really strengthen through the upper body while you're here too. And just take a few more breaths. If you're shaking like I am, you can only imagine how hard this is with your right knee up. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and drop the left knee. So this is one of my examples of physical therapy, and I didn't do it for core work. I was actually doing it to stabilize my shoulders and strengthen my shoulders. And I realized how much core it also required. So really timely for our practice tonight. Ready? Lift the right knee. If you can come onto the right toe first. You can stay here. And then, or if you want, lift the right leg up. Continue to push the forearms into the mat. So you're not dipping into your shoulders. Draw that belly in towards your navel. You're engaging your core, your upper body to hold and balance. But you need to breathe. Good. You got it. Release. Take a break. Drop back down onto the mat. Oh, Sphinx pose. If you want to walk the elbows up, take any minor adjustments you like. Let it feel good. Good. We're going to do one more on our forearms. Another one that I integrated from my physical therapy, again for my shoulders, but this one is going to start to activate through the side of your core as well. And I do this on my knees and a modified version. So I don't do the full version, and you'll see why I mean. So from here, I'm going to ask you to just very gently bring yourself back to the forearms. Keep the knees there and just lift the hips. All we're going to do is, you don't have to do this with grace because I never do, especially as I'm starting to do this in my practice. I just drop my hips over to the left, and I'm going to be moving around so you'll be able to see the other side as well. But how I start this side plank is, so side planks on your forearms really, actually, for me at the very least, it's a lot more on my shoulders than say if I just do it on my hands. So my physical therapist has me on my forearms like this. My fingertips are pointing forward like so. And what happens is I'm on my knees right now, like kind of. So from here, you can bring your right hand onto the right hip, extend the right arm up, whatever you're more comfortable until you can really settle down into that posture. And all you're gonna do is lift your hips up. Yeah, there you go. So you're lifting your hips up here, and this lift is partially, I'm feeling it in my shoulder. Now, I don't want to push my shoulder forward. I want to keep my shoulder continuously stacked above my elbows. And I'm using my side core, lifting my hips off the mat, extending that right arm up. So we're going to stay here. I'll show you another variation that I've been working on this. And if you're someone who already has mastered the beauty of side planks, I encourage you, be the teacher of your practice. Go ahead and modify into that forearm side plank. We're going to take it for another few breaths. And then release. Go ahead and come back down. So this is one of my weakest things to do, primarily because that was my left shoulder, my injured shoulder. So side planks are not my strength or my best friend right now. So I always start on this modified version. And I always encourage you guys to take it at 25%, 50%, then go and work your way up. And the reason I say that is because I know I can't get to 100% in the full expression of certain postures right now. So I baby myself into it and accept where my body is in its current state to get there. And so little wins at a time. We're gonna work on the right side, give that left shoulder, left side a little break. So no graceful transition here. I just want you to go ahead and pop yourself over onto the right side. And with this one, same thing. I am positioning my right hand at the level of my right elbow. My right shoulder is above my right elbow. The moment I lift my hips up, I want to make sure that alignment still remains. And I'm not popping my shoulder forward. I'm not popping my shoulder back. I just want to keep that joint nice and stable. Now from here, I'm bending my knees. Ready? If it helps, sometimes I keep my left hand on the floor and then lift the hips. Once that feels good, I start to push my energy down through the right forearm. Make sure my alignment's there, my shoulder's not popping forward or back. And then I can reach that left arm up, look up towards the ceiling, and we're just gonna stay here. Take a few breaths. Continue to draw the belly in as you're doing this. Keep actively lifting the hips away from the floor. You've got it. And then release. Drop the hips, release down. And then let's come back to the center. So I always do most of my, shoulder work, core work in 2 phases, because my first one's more of a discovery of where my body is in a moment. And the second phase is more, okay, how can I challenge it on a different modification? And it's always a learning progress for me. So let's see how it feels. We're gonna come back down over to the left side. And on this one, it's a little different. The first one where both knees were kind of stacked above each other. So this one's, I'm gonna extend my left leg like so, my left toe is pointing forward. I'm gonna just pick up my right foot and toss it over my left leg. I'm gonna use my right hand to help, definitely because I know this is the weaker side. And at least for me, maybe pay attention to yours if you do this. because it's not as stable as my right shoulder, the moment I lift my energy up, I notice my left shoulder socket just drops forward and it starts to really hinge into that AC joint that was injured. So I'm very mindful and very slow on this side. So right hand is helping me support. I'm just going to press through both my left arm and my right fingertip to lift the hips first. Once I have that, I'm checking for my alignment. I'm checking if my left shoulder is still over my left elbow. Is it rocking forward and compromising like this? Or do I need to shift it back? From here, once I feel this alignment is still stable, then I go ahead and lift my right arm up. So this modification with my feet is a little bit more challenging than having both my knees there. Good. We're going to stay here for a few more breaths. And then you're going to release down. So we weren't on that for too long. I want to say maybe 20 seconds, 30-second max. And that's actually my max hold right now. So I can't demo it to the full expression of it. But when you're practicing at home, if you know you can go longer, by all means, extend it longer. But if you start to feel pain at any point, always fall back. So let's go ahead and practice on the other side. So it's interesting when we're doing it on the left side, like right now, my left shoulder is crying out for help, not in the sense that it's hurting my joint, but more because it's just complete fatigue in that area. So when I do core work like that, especially on my arms that we just did for this duration of the practice, my left shoulder fatigues a whole lot quicker than usual because I'm powering up through the upper body, the upper back, the shoulders, the arms, the whole package. So let's see how the right side feels for you. We're going to stretch the right leg out, right toe pointing forward, left foot crossing over. Now, my right forearm is on the floor. My right hand's pointing forward. I'm checking for that alignment, making sure my right shoulder is above my right elbow. And instead of using my left hand to support this time, I'm just going to bring my left hand to my right side of my body and pick my upper body up. At this point, you want to make sure you open your chest. Really rotate the left shoulder back. Feel your chest wide open forward. And then lift the left arm up. Now at this point, you're still continuously lifting your hips up. I notice my outer right thigh is already lifted from the floor. I'm pressing through my forearms. I'm lifting through my side core to lift up. I'm energizing my body towards my left hand. You've got this. We're going to hold it for another 3, 2, 1. Beautiful release. Great job. Let's go ahead and come back down towards our seated pose. So, as you can tell, this portion of our class, actually this entire class, is less flow. It's a lot more of soft heat, generate heat, fluid movement leading into core practices that will activate the core. But when we activate the core and certain things we do in our cardio core class, you're going to also strengthen through the rest of the body. So you should feel that you've activated from core all the way up to your upper body, your arms, your shoulders, your upper back. So from my physical therapy experience to yours, I hope you enjoyed that portion of it. And let's go ahead and stretch it out. All right. Let's go ahead and bring those feet together, knees out to the side, that bound angle. We're going to grab the tops of our feet. Take a moment. If it feels good, Head movements, head circles. And let's go ahead and just hinge from our hips, round forward, round down. Tuck the chin down to your chest. Close your eyes. Just slow down your mind. Cool down your body. And release. Let's roll that upper body up. Stretch the left leg out. Bring the right foot into your inner left thigh. Let's go ahead and just lengthen through the crown of your head, adjusting through your sitting bone if you need to. And we're going to bring the left hand onto your right thigh and just slowly start to twist and turn over to your right. I'm going to release back to the center. And then from here, we're going to do a side body stretch. So just relax that left arm. You can walk it forward, making it easier for you to really lean that left shoulder, left body towards the left leg. And then taking your time, start to stretch the right arm over your right ear. You want to gaze upon towards the sky. So you're opening into your chest. If you like to grab over for the left foot, and you can, make sure that your right arm isn't faltering forward. You want to continue to open your chest, rotating the right shoulder back. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and release. Ooh. For some reason, that side body is just strangely tight every single day. Let's go ahead and pivot our body over towards the left leg, chest facing forward. Go ahead and inhale, lift up, and exhale forward. And release. Roll the upper body up. We're going to bring that actually left thigh onto the soles of your right foot. Bend your left knee. And you're just going to go a little deeper to the twist, walking your hands over to the right. Walk it towards the back of your mat, even if you're not facing the back of your mat. I just want you to feel the twist and turn that you're creating through your core space. And just take a moment here. Let it feel good. Okay, let's release back to the center. We're going to start to work on the other side, so you can switch it up. Bring the left foot in, the right foot out. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and twist over to the left to rebalance. Right hand to the left knee, left hand to the back of your mat. And then we're going to release back to center. Notice how the left body feels. So we're going to walk the right hand forward. And take your time. Everybody's body is so different. Some can just dip really quick. At least for me, my side body is always super tight. So I move super slow into these stretches. And extending my left arm over my left ear. I'm really spinning my gaze up. Now once the body settles in, if you know that you can grab for your feet, maybe start to move and adjust that right arm forward into the left. So you can start to deeply extend over towards the right foot. Don't force it. Never compromise that open chest and rotation of the left shoulder. If you start to reach and do this, be really mindful. See if you can really continue to open your chest up. If you can't, I'd rather you just lift the arms and just focus the extension of your left body instead of deepening for that right foot. And let's go ahead and release. You're going to pivot your chest over to that right foot, adjusting your hips as you need to. And go ahead and extend the arms up. Ready? Let's go ahead and hinge forward. Close your eyes. Savor those breaths. Grounding, nourishing breaths. We're going to release, rolling your body up. And take a moment just to spread that left leg wide open. If your hamstrings are still tight, micro bend into your knees. Now take your time. And everything that we've done today is always a progression. Go 25, go 50%, then move your way into your fullest expression for your own body. So begin to lower down, take your time. If you know that you can just drop your chest to the floor, maybe just enjoy a moment on the forearms. Notice how that feels when you rock and your hips forward and back. Notice what happens maybe if you flex your feet a little bit more towards your body. Feel the activation from the back of your legs. We're going to be here for about a good minute, solid minute and a half. So really take your time to deepen at different intervals into your body. Now for those of us looking at the screen, notice what my toes look like right now. They're starting to go from this, toes up towards the ceiling and rotating in. If you notice that with your own body, I want you to pay attention so you can rotate them back, making sure your toes are always pointing up. Beautiful. Good adjustments. So another good note while we're here, when you are doing these forward folds, you want to focus, if you can, instead of rounding your back like you're noticing I am, I'm always actively trying to lengthen my chest forward towards my upper arms, towards my hands. So I'm creating that length through my low back. So even if I know that I can drop my chest to the floor, I sometimes just stay here and just focus on creating length through my spine and then walking forward step by step, focusing on my alignment continuously so I can deepen in the proper form. Last couple breaths here. Release. Walking it back in. Oh, those open hips. Let's go ahead and walk your hands all the way back. Feel a sigh of release with your legs and hips as you walk them forward. Point into your toes. And just shake it out. Okay. We're going to start to bring ourselves down onto the mat. So go ahead and just scoot yourself towards the top of your mat. So my feet are not facing the screen. I'm going to position myself sideways. We're going to go ahead and lie down on our back and stretch your arms all the way behind your head. And then go ahead and curl both your knees into your chest. Wrap the arms around your knees. Hug the knees up to your body. And then stretch the left leg forward. Hug the right knee in. If you'd like to join me, I'm actually going to lift my head up and curl my forehead towards the right knee as I continue to hug the right knee in. And then release. I'm going to stretch the right leg down, bring the left knee in. Continue to flex into that left leg. If you'd like to join me for the last few breaths, I'm going to curl my head up towards that left knee. And then I'm going to release and stretch it out. Extending my arms back, extending my legs forward, letting this feel good. And then go ahead and curl both knees back into your chest. This time, you're going to ball both your hands out wide. And we're just rocking left and right. Massage your low back. We're going to drop both our knees over to the left this time. You can use your left hand just to come over to the outer right leg. Turn your head over to the right. And go ahead and close your eyes. Come back to your breath. Bring your head back to the center. Stretch the left arm out. When you're ready, you're going to roll your knees back to the center. Guide it over to the right. You can anchor that left leg down with your right hand to the outer left thigh. Tuck your chin over to the left. You come back to breathe. Go ahead and bring your head back to the center. Stretch the right arm out. Bring both knees back to the center as you start to just rock left and right, side to side. So this portion of our practice before we lead into final release, I call it free time. For about 1 or 2 minutes, you are going to take any posture that serves your own body tonight. Any pose, any movement, whatever feels good. The last few breaths. At your own pace, transition your body to Shavasana. Taking your legs forward, hands onto the low belly, arms out to the side, palms up, palms down. Whatever you need to do to complete your practice in stillness. Okay. Begin to move into your hands and your feet. Stretch your arms behind your head. Bring your feet onto the mat. Let's roll over to your favorite side, coming into a fetal pose. With your eyes closed, press your body up, come into your seated pose. Guide our hands into heart center, bow your head. Thank you for allowing me to guide you in this practice. And we continue to find strength in our minds, our patience in our hearts, and release in this body. I honor you with one word as we close our practice together. Lift your head up, open your eyes. Namaste. So I hope you enjoyed that practice. Every week when we do our cardio core class, it will be a gentle way of activating our core, strengthening our core, and I will definitely integrate some of my physical therapy exercises in there for you to show you how we can integrate core work while energizing that upper body, stabilizing and strengthening our shoulders and upper back as well. So, have a beautiful day, beautiful evening, wherever you are, whatever time of day it is. Um, and so good to see each and one of you back on your mat.